Hello, I'm going to show you how to take a box plot from a box plot maker and stick it into a spreadsheet and realign it. So I have some data here. In this case, it's Hermiston home prices from last year that I collected, kind of random sample from Zillow. And these numbers are in thousands, so 52.9 really means 52,900. And then I made a frequency table. And notice I made a couple of different ones. Why? Because there is no best one. So usually I do that by using a max first, column of maxes, and then using the frequency command. There's another video on that. Hopefully you've seen it. If I like what I created, then I squeeze a new column in between that shows the actual boundaries for each column. So I decided I like the first one better than the second. Here you can see them both as histograms. This one has more clear bar labels in the horizontal axis than this one over here. Because some people might look at this and what does this mean? 350. Does that mean 6 houses cost 350,000? And the answer is no. 6 houses were between 300 and 350. So this was just a quick graph to see if I liked the shape of it and trying to explain the housing prices in Hermiston. I decided I liked this one better, and so I made better labels. So I want to add a box plot to this now. Excel does not do box plots easily or well, and Sheets does not do them at all. So I need to open up some other box plot builder. I recommended StatKey as one of them. And so if I search for StatKey, or if you find the link in our course, I want descriptive statistics, one quantitative variable. And what I want to do is replace their data with mine. So I'm going to go back here and grab this data, copy it, and edit, delete all of their data, and paste in mine. Now mine does not have a first column identifying each house, but it does have a header at the top saying what the numbers mean. So double check those, otherwise it'll throw off the calculations. Choose OK, and then box plot. So this uses the box plot that also shows outliers. A traditional simple box plot would just have the whisker go out to there with no other extra stuff. And I want a screenshot of it. In Windows, to do a screenshot, you use the Snipping Tool. Or if your Windows is updated, my desktop is not, it's now called Snip and Sketch. So either Snipping Tool or Snip and Sketch. Select the tool, and then you want to do a new rectangular snip. Yeah. And then just draw a rectangle around what you want to keep. And I just want to be able to see the box and whiskers and the scale at the bottom. And then save it with a name. So how about we call this Hermiston box plots. So give it some name that you'll be able to find it. And pay attention to where you saved it. And then I'm done with the snipping tool. If you're using a Mac, it's Command-Shift-4 will give you a little crosshairs, and you can grab a picture and it'll save it to your desktop. If you're not sure, send me a note and I'll give you some other tips. But Windows, most people use snipping tool. If you're using an iPad, you know how to do a screenshot on your iPad, then you just want to crop it. All right, so to insert it into your spreadsheet, Excel and Sheets work about the same way. You want to insert an image over the cells, and you need to find that image. And so I want the Hermiston box plot, and it's going to throw it in. Now the size is going to be inappropriate at first. So I need this scale right here to line up with this scale down there. So that's going to take a little bit of playing. So I need to bring them near each other. And then I just grab the corners and start resizing. And this goes up to 100, then up to 200. So I'm thinking I want these lines for 1 and 200 to be in the middle of these columns. So I'm just going to keep trying to make that happen by repositioning and resizing. Still a little too big. 500 should be over here. How's that? Getting better. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So that's pretty darn close. Maybe just a tiny bit smaller. All right. So again, the point was to get these scales to line up. 100, 200, 300, 400. Okay, once you have that, then you just position it somewhere so that the scales still line up. And in this case, I'm going to go right below. And again, I'm trying to take these lines and have them line up nice there. And what you should see is anywhere there are tall stacks in your histogram, that means a whole bunch of numbers are crammed into a given region. And if you have shorter stacks, that means that quarter on the box plot is spread out. And remember, the point of a box plot is to say this section right here represents 25% of your numbers. This region is 25%. This region is 25%. And then from the edge of the box all the way to the last dot is another 25%. So 25% of the homes that I saw were somewhere between like 350,000 and 700 and something thousand. 25% of the home prices were between 50,000 and about 200,000. And 50%, which is this whole big box, both sections, were somewhere between just under 200,000 to about 350,000. So these give me two different ways to demonstrate to people how the home prices are distributed out there. Most homes are somewhere between 200 and 350,000 in Hermiston as of last year. So again, the point of this was how to stick a graphic of some other image into a spreadsheet and to realign it. And that's a matter of just clicking on it. Notice I grabbed the corners to resize. That means things stay proportional. If you grab the top or the sides, that squishes stuff in a kind of funny way. So I recommend not doing those edge pieces, but only grabbing the corners to resize. That's it. Take care. Have fun.